IB for Asset Project Management. This session covers submitting your final bid and is intended for our vendor users. First-time users are encouraged to view the First-Time Users video by visiting the link found in the description of this video prior to watching this session. The bid record is initiated by the AvalonBay project team. You'll receive, or you may have already received, an email. Within that email, there's a link. Once you click the link, you'll enter your credentials and go straight into the open task. Within this open task, you can provide your bid document, provide your pricing details, update the workflow action to respond with decision, and then click Send. As a reminder, the first time you log in, you may receive this message that the pop-ups have been blocked. Don't forget to turn off your pop-up blocker. The bid record is initiated by the AvalonBay project team. Once they send it forward, you'll receive an email notification to go into the bid response record. Accept the task, provide your bid document, and enter details in the lower form of the record. AvalonBay may send this back to you for clarification should we have any questions. As I mentioned, once the bid package is sent to you for final negotiations, a task will be created in the system for you to review the record and include documents. There are 3 ways to receive this task. The easiest is by email. You'll receive an email to let you know that you have a new task requiring attention within iBeam. We can see here that a bid response has been sent to us for bidder final negotiations. Once we open this email, we're able to scroll down and find additional information. Here we find the source name, which will be the project name, the record number and title, the final bid due date, which is very important, and then the description. Right here is your link to click and log in. Once you click this link and log into the system, it'll take you directly to the record at hand. Another way to find your open task is here on the home page within iBeam. On this tab, you'll find all open tasks assigned to you for any projects that are being managed within iBeam. To open one, simply double-click the task. The third place is on your Project tab. To pull up your Project tab, you can simply double-click on this plus mark here. Now start typing in the project name. Once the project presents itself, click right on the name. And now you're on your Project tab. Here within the Project tab, you can come to Tasks and Drafts, Tasks, and you can find your open tasks here as well. Let's open up that bid response record. To help better guide you, written directions can be accessed by clicking on Help. Simply click Help, Bid Response Help. When you do this, a PDF will present itself. Simply open the PDF and go to the bookmark section. You'll notice that this document is 22 pages long. Within the bookmark section, you're able to click for the exact section you need guidance. In our example, it would be step 02X, Bid Response, Bidder Final Negotiation. And here you'll find the written instructions. Before you can take action on this record and provide your bid response, you'll want to accept the task. To do this, simply click on Accept Task in the upper left-hand side. Now you'll notice that there are 3 sections to the record. We'll start with the upper form, which is similar to a cover page. To expand the upper form, simply click on the tab name. You'll notice additional guidance directly within the record. For example, here we see that as part of your final scope acknowledgement, please open the Bid Scope tab and provide the dollar amount for each line item detail. Once complete, select your workflow action, respond with decision, and click Send. So let's get started. We see that we have the ability to add attachment. We likely want to review the record more thoroughly first. Next, we see the section for PM to add comments. That comes after they've received your bid. Here we find the bid documents. If there's a bid documents link or a final bid scope link available for you, that contains all of the information you should need. Simply click on the link and find the documents. Here we can see the consultant reports, plan check submittal set, and specifications manual. To open any of these, simply double-click and click right into the link. Having reviewed our bid documents, we can close this window and go back to our bid response. Let's continue reviewing the form. Next, we can see the project name and bid package information. This has been sent to us for Division 05 Miscellaneous Metals. It says initial bid due, and this is blank, which is purposeful because now we're at the final negotiation stage. You may or may not have participated in the initial bid response process. Your final bid due date exists here. Let's move on down to the description. There's some additional instructions for us. Number 1, it says, please attach your bid proposal to the I-beam record. And then it tells us to attach. We can come to Add Attachment, select My Computer, click on Browse, and find our document. Double-click your document and click OK. We can see one file has been loaded successfully. And that file is found down here under the attachments. There's a little more information for us here within the description. Now we're ready to go to the lower form where we see Bid Scope. Click on Bid Scope. Here you can review the cost codes and descriptions for the bid package. When you're ready, you can click into each of these line items to add your final pricing. Just highlight, double-click, and work your way through the form. The cost code and code name are already here for us. There's a section for scope information. If for any reason you do not intend to provide this service or material, simply click No. We have our short description, unit of measure, and then you have the ability to break it up by unit cost and provide your total amount. When you finish, click OK. Do this for each line item. If you found that you've made a mistake, you can simply double-click back in and make the adjustment. If there are several line items, you can use the grid functionality. When you click the grid functionality, it opens to something similar to an Excel spreadsheet. You can come over to the amounts, double-click, and fill them in as you work your way down the form. Once you've done this, be sure that you click Save. Should you have any alternates to add, you can simply click on Alternates, Add, and include the information. Notice here it says that if you do have any alternates, you are required to enter a cost code. And for this cost code, we ask that you use the one reflected here. You would simply type it in, complete the form, noting that any field that is gray is auto-populated, any field that's white you're able to influence, and any field with a red asterisk is mandatory. Once you've finished, select OK. You'll also notice a Bid RFI tab here. Let's take a look at that. Simply click on Bid RFI, and if you have one to enter, you can click New. Here within the record, you can enter your subject, add your review due date, and if there were a previous RFI you were aware of, you would be able to pull that in. Chances are at this stage there would not be. Continue to scroll down the form. Here you can enter the drawing number or spec number as a reference. If you have any other references, you're able to enter those as well. Here under Questions and Responses, you're able to enter your question. You'll notice as we scroll down the form, the rest is left for the reviewers. Now we're ready to select our workflow action, send to AvalonBay, and we're ready to click Send. Your bid request for information has been submitted successfully. If you take this step, you may choose to save your bid response until you've heard back from us. If this is the case, you can simply click on Save. Draft has been saved. Once you hear back from us on the Bid RFI, you'll receive a task and an email notification. Once that happens, you're welcome to go into the system and find the results. Now you've heard back from the project team regarding your bid request. You can click into the email you've received to notify you. You'll see additional information here, but your answer will be found once you click into the system, enter your credentials, and go straight into the Bid Request for Information record. To review the form for your answer, simply expand the upper form by clicking here and scroll down the page. You'll find your answer either within the architect recommendation, AVB review, or third-party comments. After you've reviewed this, close the window. Notice that we're on your Project tab. From here, we can come to Drafts and find our open record that we had started but saved. To open it again, simply double-click right on your record, and it takes us right back to the bid response record. Now that we have our answer, we're ready to send this forward with our final pricing and any final comments. Let's review the upper form once more. We're able to add our final comments here, and if we've added an attachment, which we did, our bid, you can select Yes. We've already reviewed the bid documents, and within the bid scope, we've added our pricing. Our Bid RFI is also found directly within the record, and if we wanted to review it again, we could double-click from here. Now we're ready to send this to the AvalonBay project team. To do this, we'll come up to our workflow action, respond with decision, and then come to Send and click Send. You'll be able to find the information you've sent us under Responses and Questions, Bid Response. And there's our record. Should AvalonBay have any questions, you'll again be receiving a task and an email notification to go in, accept the task, review the record, and make any changes. Let's take a look at what that looks like. The AvalonBay project team had a question or needed some additional information, so the bid response was sent back to us to give some clarification. Simply click into the email, and here within the email you can see the PM's comments, asking us to please break down the information a little bit further. To go directly into the record, we'll come down to the Click Here link, and once we click in, we'll log into the system. Once we've logged into the system, it'll take us directly to the bid response record where you need to click Accept Task. Expand the upper form, and here you'll see the PM comments. You may also see the general comments link down here to see if there's any information in there for you as well. You're able to add your own comments here. Make sure you signify that you've added an attachment. If the request is to break your numbers down further, you might need to come down to the bid scope and double click in. Or maybe you need to add another attachment by clicking Add, My Computer, Browse. Once you've made any adjustments requested, just come to Workflow Actions, Respond with Decision, and send it back. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video on submitting your final bid response. Don't forget, there are written instructions available in the help section of any process to guide you through the steps. If you require further assistance, reach out to your designated I-Beam support team member.